Have you ever dreamed about a browser which could both be very customizable as well as being able to keep you private? Well, if you have, then you just described Opera GX. Or have you?
Our journey starts on the front page, where there are already two discrepancies. The first one is that the browser is marketed as a gaming browser, which is partially true. Anyways, the second discrepancy is that they state that it's made in Europe, which in of it itself is not wrong. Opera originates from Norway, however their parent company, Kunlun Tech, comes from China. I believe this statement is there to sort of reassure people that this browser is high quality and definitely not another piece of spyware. Also, the company aforementioned has to surrender all data it collects to the Chinese government. Do what you want with that information. Now, after you press the download button, you are met with this screen. There isn't anything particularly wrong with the top part of the page. However, down here it says that it's rated 4.7 out of 5 by 2.2 million users. Now, I have no idea where they found these statistics, as based off my research, it has a 4 out of 5 stars review on PC Mag with 41,500 reviews, very far away from what they stated. Also, on Trustpilot they have a 1.9 out of 5 stars from 68 reviews. I know, 68 reviews is not a lot to go by. However, the two sources I've just showed you can suggest the fact that Opera GX pulled that 4.7 out of 5 from 2.2 million users stat out of their asses. After it installs, we are met with this screen regarding privacy policy, which if you start reading, you will find some interesting things. The first interesting one is this paragraph, where they state that they can collect information from articles you read, as well as your general location, so they can target you with personalized ads.
Now, this isn't anything particularly new, however I believe it is important to mention in the context of keeping you private.
In this next screenshot, we can see that Opera GX allows third-party apps to collect data. They list Google geolocation and Google Ads, which means it basically allows third-party apps to do what I've stated in the previous point. Here, Opera GX states that they do not claim ownership of any content created by you. However, if it is submitted to any services, they will gain unrestricted use of what you have posted. In this final screenshot, they state that they can modify or discontinue the services offered by them, as well as to terminate your access for any reason at any time. Finally, after all of that is over it, we are in the first page, which is called the speed dial. The first thing that pops out is this sidebar. If we press on the gear button, we are going to be sent to the settings, where we can change the themes. Nothing especially out of the ordinary here, as most browsers have customizable themes. Now comes the stupid part of the browser: sound effects. The browser for some reason comes with a feature that adds sound effects to everything, ranging from pressing keys to hovering mouse over tabs, as well as closing and opening tabs. On to privacy, this is all that the browser offers you in terms of privacy and security. Most of these being permissions to use microphone, camera, etc. and promotionals. The actual privacy settings are a mere 4 options which I've disabled when I installed the browser. Very disappointing. The last issue I have is the fact that this browser uses 600 MB of RAM just when idling on the homepage. For comparison, the browser I use, LibreWolf, uses only 400 MB. Linus Tech Tips has proven that this RAM and CPU limiter is complete bullshit, therefore I will not go into this any further. Also, at last, Opera GX showed me this picture when I uninstalled. What the hell is wrong with this, guys?
If you made it this far, please drop a like and subscribe, as well as telling me down in the comments what browser you use, as I might need these stats for a future video. Peace out.